My problem is that I hate men, you know?
Lots of women think it's like a female empowerment, I'm a strong woman thing to say that you hate men. On the contrary, when a woman says she hates men, it's usually a telltale sign that she has terrible, horrific experiences with men and that she allows toxic men into her life, into her love life, into her bedroom. The question isn't, are men toxic? Because there will always be toxic men and women in the world. The question is, why are all the toxic men in your life? Why have you allowed men to treat you so badly that you now hate them?
Is it pathetic to admit that I want to be in love? That I want a boyfriend?
I'm 25, not married, actually never been married, no kids. Can anyone else relate?
Why are single men happier than you think? A lot of single men are not actually miserable. A lot of them are doing better than fine. Society likes to push the idea, oh, men are lost without a woman. That's a lie. For years now, men have been told that their happiness only comes from marriage and kids and overall settling down. But modern relationships don't offer men the same benefits that they used to. Men aren't wrong for asking what's in it for me before they go into a really serious relationship. Single men today have financial freedom and overall peace of mind. They have control over their own lives. They're traveling, building businesses, hitting the gym, and overall going after their goals. And until women are willing to offer a little bit more in relationships, this is going to continue. Holding men to these outdated expectations, but also a variety of new ones that show up every single day, is just not doing it for them. And they're not going to continue having relationships if this keeps up.
Women hate men because men oppress, harass, assault, rape, and abuse women. Men have made women hate them. If you have negative experiences with men, some people will jump to the conclusion of using that to paint all men. If you get bitten by a dog, do you view all dogs as a threat? Probably not. We have to inject nuance into our conversations. And at the end of the day, I think these women are doing it in their personal lives. I do think they are looking for men. I do think they have brothers and fathers and uncles and cousins who they would characterize as being good men. So they know that there are men out there that exist, just maybe in their personal experiences, they've yet to receive that. And there's something to be said for maturing out of this mentality as well. In their probably 30s and 40s, they're going to come to realize, oh yeah, well, not all men. I hate to say not all men, but yeah, not all men are like this. It's just a simple fact. It's the truth.
Well, modern women do these types of things because they're intellectually lazy. They only want to think about what they want to think about when they want to think about it. And a lot of times the things that they want to think about aren't really all that challenging. That's why you hear them get online and they talk about concepts that really aren't that deep. They sound deep because they use a lot of words, and then they change the way that they speak. They change the way that it comes out. So it sounds as if they're saying something or about to say something, but really they're not saying much. And really honestly and truly with the way these modern women act, the way they process things mentally, it's not a whole lot out here for a man to be proud of.
In one sitting, is there any need?
Let's make some magic!
What is it? Is it that you don't like me enjoying my life or you don't want to see me happy? Which one is it?
I just think
Which one is it?
It's just
I don't drink, I don't go out, I don't party.
So excessive mini roll consumption it is.
Is it the happiness that makes you angry that I'm happy? Is seeing me happy? It's like when I nap. I can't have a nap.
Would you allow a child to have 3?
I'm 40 years old.
The fact that this man is logically reasoning through why his wife has a problem with him having too many snacks, it's honestly another demonstration of what men are willing to put themselves through for the sake of love. The sad part is that guys like this, they deserve better. But good men are also extremely loyal, so he's not going to just get up and leave because he's unhappy in the marriage. No, he's going to reason through it and he's going to try to get his wife to see the light. He's going to try to get her to treat him better, or he's at least just going to cope with it and do what he wants. He's going to eat the snacks. But the even sadder part is that if down the line, like years from now, his wife decides that she's not happy and she wants to leave the marriage, that man is going to be single and then probably want to stay single because of how he was treated. He was actually pretty unhappy in the relationship, and that's how he's going to view relationships. So why would he get into another one?
No, males are not choosing, but
oh, yes, they are.
I do find it hilarious how they are all like, yeah, we're done with women. That's why we're all single, because we chose to be done with women.
You know, if someone tells you something often enough, maybe you should start believing them because, yeah, a lot of men are just completely done with dating.
You guys didn't choose that. You know you didn't choose that.
Oh, but they did. What exactly is so hard to believe about that?
You know that right now women are becoming really picky and not choosing men that all they do is bring a paycheck.
Like I said before, there's a lot of women that are very upset that a lot of guys are actually choosing to be single because they want all of the power for themselves and to be able to dictate who they date. It is incomprehensible to some that guys actually can choose who to date.
Although there are still women out there who will accept that. And I suggest you go find them and leave us alone.
Oh, I don't think that'll be a problem at all because it's almost like personality types similar to some that we've just seen are almost the very reasons why a lot of guys are choosing to remain single.
The male loneliness epidemic is just a bunch of women crying online because men have pulled out of dating because of standards and expectations that are set upon them. Where? What standards and expectations? You're all in situationships. You're all doing nothing. You're all getting that coin slot for free. Let's be honest. Are you even taking the birds that you're sleeping with on dates? No, you're not. You're not. So I don't understand where these standards and expectations are that you're talking about. Because most of the women in my inbox telling me about men they're dealing with, they don't even get took out. They get took for a mug and that's it. Do you know what I mean? They're sleeping with these men who are doing absolutely nothing because they have made them believe that their self-esteem and self-worth should be fucking less than nothing. So where's these unrealistic expectations? Can you give me an example? Because I'm confused. What exactly are you all doing? What exactly are these women asking you to do for first dates? I mean, just take her to Nando's. It's not that fucking deep.
You know, she talked about Nando's, and it got me to thinking, some of these modern women, you might take them on a date that's reasonably priced in terms of the food that you're going to get, but then they'll go in there and get the most expensive thing. They've never had it. They don't really think that they want it, but they get it anyway because I'm not paying. So why would I not spend money? I think I've seen this example. A man took a woman to a nice steakhouse restaurant. She did, I think it was like a 48-ounce steak or something like that. I think it might have been a tomahawk steak. And she ended up going for that, knowing good and well she wasn't going to eat all of that. She wasn't even going to eat half of it. You're probably not even going to eat a quarter of it. So you go in there and waste money getting things on a man's dime, knowing that you're not really going to eat all of that. You're not really going to use all of that. You just do it because it's on somebody else's dime, right? And men are looking at that and they're saying, this is just a meal. I'm paying $500 to $600 now. Imagine with her mindset what I'm going to be paying in the future.
I'm just going to talk about this comment that was left on one of my videos. And there's quite a few men that leave similar comments to this and this proclamation that, you know, this is why men are staying single. And this is obviously not all men, but there is a reason why men do this. And the reason that men say I'm staying single, which in other terms basically means I'm also willing to have a string of hookups that mean nothing to get my own needs satisfied, is that the reason that they do this is because they are not willing to face themselves. Any man that says, you know, I'm staying single is because they do not want to be in a situation that is causing them to face parts of themselves that have been denied, that have been repressed, where they are not taking accountability for the way that they show up in relationships. And obviously, if they're not in relationship or opening themselves up to the right person, they're not going to have this mirroring. And so by isolating and saying, you know, this is why men are staying single, it's just basically another way of saying, I don't want to face myself. Because unfortunately, in Western society and sort of in the modern world, men are becoming apathetic. They're becoming more feminized. And when wounded feminine energy shows up in men, it causes them to lack accountability, to not want to take responsibility, to be flighty, to not commit to things, which is automatically a massive turnoff to women that are in a healed feminine energy. And so the sorts of women that they would actually, you know, thrive in relationship with, they're not attracting anyway, because they're not opening themselves up to the possibility that actually they're the ones that are responsible for the type of women that they're actually pulling in the first place. So it becomes this vicious cycle. But when men say, you know, that they're staying single as an act of, you know, trying to control their circumstances, the reality is underneath that, they're feeling very much out of control. And because they don't have a language for communicating, you know, what's going on underneath, because no man that is in a healed masculine energy is going to make this proclamation and decide that he's going to be single for the rest of his life. Because when you look at the way that obviously masculine energy thrives in life, it is to build, it's to continuously have something to move towards, to build some sort of legacy for self, and to feel as if they're creating a foundation, you know, and building something. And so when you're saying, you know, I'm cutting off my own growth, which is obviously what comes from being in a relationship anyway, they're automatically showcasing they're not actually in their masculine. Because to get to the end of your life and basically look back and say, you know, I worked a job that was okay, that paid the bills, sat on my own money so I didn't have to pay anything, you know, for women, and, you know, got to the end of my life with a string of hookups. You look back at that as a legacy for a male, and the level of regret that would come with that is not going to feel good.
I don't think men like women anymore. You see, I cook, I clean, I take care of the kids, I do everything right, and yet I'm still single. I just don't get it.
Why American men don't want to date American women anymore. A little disclaimer, I do live in the US for the past 7 years. 1. Some American men feel that American women are very entitled. They feel that many American women expect a partner who fit a specific ideal. He has to be smart, attractive, successful, fit. They believe that many American women have unrealistic expectations. They expect their partners to do everything, and they expect their partners to put their needs above their own. 2, because of the rise of radical feminism, there is a loss of femininity among American women, and they even started to adopt some masculine traits. 3, opportunistic behavior. A big percentage of divorces are initiated by women, and usually it's because they prioritize their career and personal growth over their family life. And a lot of men also express some frustration because they feel that there is a lack of commitment and loyalty among American women. And that is why a lot of American men are now dating non-American women, because they believe that non-American women tend to prioritize mutual respect, shared values, and commitment.
So I applied to be on The Bachelor, but I got tired of waiting to hear back. So I invited 20 of my Hinge matches to the same bar, and I'm going to do this myself. You know what? Modern Delulu requires modern Salulu. I was about to say modern problems require modern solutions, but I think he summed it up well. Women pull stunts like this and then wonder why men don't want to date anymore. Just saying.
I mean, how do you think it's going to actually go for men that are interested in you coming together to look at, oh, he's here for me, he's here for me, he's here for me? Why don't we all start by buying me a round of drinks? And then you guys start telling me about yourselves, and I can pick which one I want. How about no? How about absolutely not? As a matter of fact, how about you have this nice gentleman right here buy you a drink? Me? How about you buy her a drink? Neither of us are. They're gone. Hey, they're out. Looks like I'm out too. 3 of them gone. And then the other 2, they see from afar that you've got 2 or 3 men around you, and they don't even walk up. They don't even introduce themselves. They turn and walk away. Them boys then gone and started hanging out together. Hey, man, you want to go get a beer? Yeah. All right, let's get it. Man, I'm not going to say what they probably going to call you, but with this type of foolishness, y'all need to stop.
When you find a good woman, she's the prize.
I think a good man is the prize. Thank you.
Yeah,
honestly, like, I don't think it's the women, because it's like Like in this day and age, like, let's be honest, you know, we can all live in like Princess Disney World, La La Land, where it's like, oh, you know, I'm a princess and I'm going to have my little Prince Charming come and swoop me up and I deserve to be treated like a princess. No, the reality is like we're living in a world of Instagram. We're living in a world of OnlyFans.
Yep, right.
I don't have Instagram. I don't have OnlyFans, but I sure as hell know that like, you know, any guy that like I would be dating or have dated in the past or like, you know, any guy out there who's on these sites is going to be inundated with a million girls a day online, like just showing their tits and ass for free. So like, there's kind of like this incentive, well, a lack of incentive, I guess. Like, why would a guy like put effort into courting a woman these days when there's so many whores online that are willing to just give everything to everyone?
That's where the
and so
value
they've ruined it.
All right, ladies, while men are shying away from commitment, let's get into it. Please don't be offended. Number one, social media. Social media makes you think you have a surplus available options. And I say makes you think you have because the appearance of may not be the reality. Hookup culture. Men don't have to commit to you to get the benefits of that connection. So because of that, why get into a relationship? And unfortunately, because men think that there are lower quality women on the market today, due to perspectives, higher body counts, maybe even personality traits, men think that women today are of lower quality and therefore do not want to commit, or are more apprehensive to commit, should I say.
No drama.
What I can appreciate about Passport Bros is I think it's an effective flag being raised for Western women as well. I'm not necessarily saying that they're going to find someone. I'm not saying that they're not going to get screwed over. I'm not even necessarily saying that I would encourage men to go do it. Like you said, if you want to, cool. The motivation for it is the fact that men are still expected to act very traditionally. They're expected to be very chivalrous. They're expected to be protectors. Maybe they're not expected to provide to the same extent now that women can essentially match them on income. But if that's what a man's duty to you is, to be chivalrous, it's very, very loosely defined what a woman's duty to a man is.
It's very ambiguous.
And that is why I think they go to places where they are actually taught from a young age how to treat a man. What is your duty to a man?
I don't know what's happened over the last couple of generations, but men don't help women. They don't offer to hold doors and things of that nature. And part of that obviously is because radical feminists, have said, if you hold the door for me, you're implying that I'm weak. So it's not like it's just the fault of men.
Do you ever fear about like looking like a Karen, or do you think you ever overreact?
I literally wear a shirt that says Proud Karen to the airport.
Really?
I sell them.
Oh, so you go in there ready
I let people know, like, you know, like it's not the whole concept of like is people calling you a Karen is to make you think that what you're doing is not legitimate. Like you shouldn't be upset about seeing something. So I tell people all the time, I'm the number one Karen at an airport. If I see something, I say something.
Something about being at the airport just gets you fired up. It's just a stressful environment.
Experience, and it obviously has been further burdened by COVID policies and all of that nonsense. So, but yeah, I think we just all have to just do better in terms of how people treat each other out in public.
Men saying, I've just decided altogether to avoid women, that it's better to be single, guys. And they're like almost proud, happy about the fact that they're going to choose and make the choice to avoid the entire gender of women because they have yet to actually resolve the war they have within themselves.
I think that's what most ladies don't get, is that the war is actually solved. The conflict, it has been resolved. I'm not about to get out here, spend money. Oh, just because one woman hurt you. Listen, I get where you're coming from. And no, it's not one woman. It's multiple women getting online say, these are our standards. This is what we like. This is what we want. I need a man that's going to make at least $600K. He's got to at least be 6'5". I think Courtney Ryan did like a little, there's like an interview where she interviewed women. I think she did one on money, maybe, where she was like, how much should your man make? And all of them were saying outlandish, outrageous salaries. And then she did one where she's asking about height. How tall do you think the average man is? Or what percentage of men do you think are over 6 feet or 6 feet or over? I think the women said 40%. 40%? Okay. Not even statistically true, not even close to being statistically accurate. But this is what men have to deal with. So no, they're not fighting against somebody who's hurt them a long time ago in the 10th grade or in kindergarten. They're fighting against women over and over again that say silly things like 40% of the men are 6 foot and I'm going to get me one because I'm going to be one of the special ones. No, you're not. You're not special, and that's okay. Y'all are delusional. I'm not coming out here. Do you understand that men are not coming out here for delusional women? That period, end of story. I can work through my issues all day, but I'm not coming outside for a woman that's delusional.
So many guys find peace and happiness with being alone that they think, why should I be in a relationship then? It's just going to cause a headache. Just have hope and take risks.
I think this is something that we don't talk about enough. You cannot have the utmost freedom without giving up security. And you cannot have the utmost security without giving up freedom. Mm-hmm. If you want the security and provisioning and leadership of a man, you must be willing to give up some of your freedom. The problem is that modern day women think, oh, I want to still be free and, out there and doing whatever I want while still having a traditional man at home that's going to take care and support me. That's not how it goes. If you want a traditional man that's going to have all the duties and roles that you want him to be, breadwinner, authoritative, decisive, assertive, dominant, masculine, etc., well, you need to be a feminine woman in return. And being a feminine woman in return means not having and courting guys around that are friends when we know that they want to have sex with you.
On the train and look at all these men. What happened to giving up your seat for women? No man offered me a seat. Excuse me, are you going to get up?
What?
Are you going to get up?
Are you pregnant?
No.
Are you for equality?
Yes.
Then fuck off.
Shout the season.
I just watched this guy stand with his hands on his hips, watching a woman struggle to lift and carry a kayak. He didn't even so much as flinch to offer any assistance, just stood there watching. And we wonder why women would rather just do life on their own.
This is the problem. Women want to proclaim that they are independent and don't need men, but then they will hate on men for letting them be independent. I was raised to break my back instead of letting a woman do this. But in today's society, with how much women want to be independent from men and how much they talk about not needing a man, how are you going to blame men that decide not to help? I'm sure a lot of these men that were willing to help in the past were also yelled at or berated by women for helping them. She claims to be independent. I will let her show her independency. Like I said, I would never do this. I would never allow my wife to do this. But this explains why some men just don't care anymore.
Women are going crazy, guys, because they can't figure out why you're not going up to them anymore. Guys' eyes are wide open now, right? They're wide open. And they're starting to say, well, you know what? I used to think it was worth it for me to just put myself out there all the time because, I wanted to take a girl out. But now I'm realizing you got the gold diggers, you got the women who want the free meal, you got the women who expect me to do everything, but in return want to do nothing. You got women who are saying, what do you bring to the table? But when you ask them, they get insulted. You got women who don't, you can't even talk. You talk about, oh, yeah, you had 400 boyfriends before and you slept with all of them. Mm-hmm. They get defensive. Maybe I just don't need to pursue women right now at all. That's what's happening. And I'm not saying that's good, by the way, because ultimately I'm someone who believes in, men and women complementing each other when men are in their masculine and women are in their feminine and coming together and making a big, beautiful family. But this is the reality that's happening right now. And I understand why. Guys have had enough. So ladies, you want it to change. Instead of making a stupid TikTok video and complaining about it, act different. Act different. Look at your life and say, am I prioritizing stuff that guys don't give a lick about? And then complaining that they don't give a lick about me? Have some self-reflection in the game. Is my attitude shitty? Did I make 4 TikTok videos, ripping on a guy the other day that I went out with, and now other guys are looking at that saying, oh, I'm not going to be, I'm not getting in line for this one. Self-reflect instead of bitching about it. Oh, well, he doesn't want me because he doesn't appreciate a woman who makes a salary like blah, 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 blah.
Maybe like that. I'm gonna see if I can plug it in. Oh my god. Can you just help me real quick? I'm just asking as a man, can you just help me? I didn't choose to tell you to have that baby. No, but why a woman have to help? Listen, I didn't tell you to have that baby. Wait, but you're a whole man, you can't help me. I'm gonna see if I can plug it in. Oh my God. Can you just help me real quick? I'm just asking as a man, you need to help me. I didn't choose to tell you to have that baby. No, but why a woman have to help? Why listen, I didn't tell you to have that baby. That way, but you're a whole man, you can't help me.
I thought the dude before him asked her if she needed help. I could be wrong. Number one. Number two, who takes the time to set up that camera and record you trying to be a victim? Number two. Number three, when you get done recording, where are you going to leave your baby? You're going to have to come back down to the bottom of the steps and get your camera just to record. Modern women be out here recording anything so it can make it look like they're in the situation that they're telling people, lying and telling people they're in.
Nothing will make me lose respect for a man faster than to be in the presence of a man and he see me struggling as a woman, or see any woman struggling, and he won't even take his hands out of his pockets or lift his hands to help a lady. Zero respect for men like that. I was just now in a setting struggling to lift an office chair that was really heavy to get it from one place to the next place, and I had to lift it and carry it a short distance. Two men stood by in executive positions and watched me struggle to lift that chair and watched me struggle to carry that chair to where it needed to be to return it to it was a very short distance back to its proper place. Zero respect. I have zero respect for men who will watch a woman struggle. If men will stand by and watch you struggle, even in lifting a chair, they will stand back and watch you struggle in other areas of your life. When it comes to women, children, and senior citizens, I have a soft place in my heart for those three populations because they are the weakest populations on the face of the earth. To watch a senior citizen, a woman, or a child struggle, and as a man you do nothing, I have zero respect for any man who will watch a woman struggle and do nothing to help her. It says volumes about your character. Volumes.
But if you're a man and you watch me struggle to put my carry-on in the overhead compartment and you don't offer to help, jail. What is wrong with you?
Men don't want to help women.
And what specific topic is this video going to be about?
Here, but I'm generally speaking about why do men have a hard time helping women?
They don't have a hard time helping women, but they've been told to leave women alone.
Something that I have observed, not only in my personal life, but literally in the outside world, because I'm a watcher. Men will stand there. The women will have all the bags, the kids, the suitcases, the luggage. She'll be doing everything, and he's just standing there.
I wonder, did she ask for help?
They'll just be standing there, like just watching the woman suffer as if it brings them some kind of pleasure. From my perspective, it looks like that because I'll just be looking and I'm just like, anybody would help that woman right now. Why are you just standing there? Y'all are the men.
I guess some women do need men after all, if for nothing more than to carry heavy objects. But I guess one didn't take into consideration that a lot of men stopped helping women because whenever they do, many times they're often told that they're not doing it right, they're doing it wrong, and the woman will just redo it anyway after making the man feel about 1 inch tall. Gee, I can't.
So I get asked why guys aren't helping girls anymore, and I have a perfect example of why. So first off, don't yell at us for opening the door. That's the reason why we don't open the door anymore. But I saw this thing on the news that is the perfect example, exactly why men do not help you anymore. So this lady was getting attacked in New York, and the guy gets out of his truck, fights off the attacker. The attacker then pulls out a gun and shoots the guy. The police show up, and the lady then says, no, that guy got out of his truck and attacked me, and the boyfriend shot him in defense. But when the police questioned witnesses and the videotapes of nearby businesses, they saw the truth, and then the lady finally confessed that, yeah, the boyfriend was attacking her, and the guy defended her, and the boyfriend then shot him. This is the reason why men aren't helping women anymore. We get lied and disrespected so much that it's not worth the risk of us being in trouble for attempting to help.
I feel like this goes far beyond like simple risks. I feel like it goes beyond like simple, oh man, I got embarrassed on social media. The man almost quite literally put his life on the line. Well, actually, he did. He put his life on the line, and he was repaid as he would have known with a bullet coming towards him. That's what he was repaid with. Number one. Number two, the ultimate level of repayment was you trying to save your boyfriend instead of saying, no, my boyfriend was acting crazy. This guy actually tried to help me out. And y'all are going to wonder with y'all's bad decision making and trash thinking and critical thought skills why men don't help.
I want to be broke up, split up.
What?
I'm just trying to break it to you in a good, nice way to make you feel like, okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's not cute.
What you mean that's not cute?
Marco, that's not cute. What do you mean?
It's not supposed to be like...
You're trying to, like, put the icing on the cake a little bit and say so much you don't want to be with me. So, like, that's, like, what you're pretty much trying to say. You freaking love me.
I love being single.
You're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
Why?
Can we be single? I mean, I can take the
Don't
ring
play
off.
with it, Marco. Don't do that. Don't even do that. Marco, you can't be serious with me right now.
I'm dead serious.
Babe, you have to be playing. I'm getting in the car.
Babe,
We're supposed to go spend time with each other, babe. We've been working so hard. We just met milestones. And now you're telling me you want to take me to a spot called Breakup. I'm laughing,
Yes,
but I'm
it's a
trying my
spot called
best.
Breakup on the Strip.
I'm trying my best to
It's a
make
restaurant on the Strip. You know this is Sin City. So it's a restaurant on the Strip it's called Breakup. It's where you take your date or you take your girlfriend, your significant other or whatever, and you just break up. And then it'd be a single girl and a single guy right there waiting as soon as y'all break up. Yes.
But I don't want to be with anybody.
You don't?
No, I want to be with you.
Babe, I don't want to be with you though. Babe, I don't want to be with you. Marriage is not like how it used to be anymore, like in the old days. I don't want to. No, it's not.
Why are you changing?
Babe.
I don't know when we're finally going to realize that more and more men are single because they want to be single. Because they've built up their lives. They like their day-to-day routine. They buy what they want and can afford. They spend time on whatever hobby they enjoy. But what they don't want is making the mistake of sacrificing those things for something less than what they already have. And I get it. We've heard that women are raising their standards. But ladies, men are too.
Be honest with me. What is the real reason why you're single right now?
I think I'm going to speak for all men in this video, and I'm going to do that by using a flow chart of what has happened to me. So let's jump right in. So here's little baby us. Okay, and then at some point in our childhood, we're going to go through something that's going to happen to us, which is going to then cause us to bottle up our emotions and learn to deal with it. Then, somewhere years later along the way, we're going to meet pretty girl number one. Pretty girl number one is going to make us feel trust again, in love and cared for, which will then lead us to open up about our emotions. Okay? And once time goes by and you spill all the beans to her, she will inevitably cheat on you. Okay? And these little arrows here show how she's going to use all your insecurities and trust issues and mental health to then throw it back in your face and make you seem like the bad guy and make you feel like shit about yourself. Okay? That will then cause us to self-sabotage and be upset, okay? We will self-sabotage every relationship going forward, okay? We're going to go to alcohol and money and fast things like motorcycles. And in the very end, we will never trust a woman again. So that pretty much is the Spark Notes version of it. That lays out everything you guys need to know. Girls, hope you got it. Boys, got your back. I'll see you next time.
I know this to be true for so many men, but for the women that are listening to this, they will absolutely say, well, women go through a similar thing, right? They go through hurt where a man has hurt her, but that doesn't allow her to hurt future men back, right? But there is a key difference in the experience of what a man goes through and what a woman goes through. And so I want to highlight it because this man, he touched on it. And that key difference is that a man is made to feel like the bad guy, all right? Even though oftentimes it's either the woman or it's a combination, right? It's both of them. They both have parts within the demise of that relationship, but the man is made to feel like he's the bad guy. And it's very infrequent where a woman is actually made to feel like the bad guy, like socially, publicly, and just between the two of them. And that is why a man will go through the process of bottling up and he won't open up and he will turn to some of those other things that helps him cope. So yeah, ladies, for a lot of men that are single, it's because of how he's been treated. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, for a lot of guys, they're quick learners. They are observers, right? And I don't think society in general, it's not just modern women, but society in general, does not give men the credit for looking at something and saying, that is danger. That's full of danger. That's full of risks. And I'm not going to do it. They'll tell a man that he's scared. He's insecure. He's weak. He's not confident because he decides to pump the brakes. And that's what women are doing today. After a man says, you know what? I'm done doing that type of stuff. I think I'm going to back up a little bit. Now, you notice there's a lot of men that are saying, if a woman can't reciprocate, then I don't want to be with her. If I've got to be a wallet to a woman, that I don't want to be with her. Modern women will get out here and waste your time and then expect you to have a good attitude about it. They'll waste your money and expect you to have a good attitude. Expect you to hold them and coddle them and buy them flowers because they feel icky because they did you wrong. What? Bro, this is why men are staying single.
I just miss being single. I'm not even allowed to. That's all it is. It's just a feeling of missing the fact that I want to be single. And I'm not saying that I want to be single and away from you. I want to be single and still have you in my life.
No.
So you can't be in my life.
Marcel, you literally just said, I'm not telling you you have to move out. I'm not telling you you have to leave. I'm not telling you anything. I'm just telling you I want to be single. Okay, so we share a room.
I'm not telling you you have to move out.
We share a bed.
I'm telling you that.
We share a closet.
What I'm saying is you don't have to move out ASAP. You don't have to move out ASAP.
I ain't moving out. My name is on this lease just as well as your name is on this lease. So I'm not leaving.
And that's exactly why I'm not forcing you out. I'm not saying you have to leave. I'm just saying that I want to be single.
I'm not the one making this decision. But I'm not going to be the one sleeping in the bed with you every single night. So you can sleep in the living room. I'll sleep in here. I'm not doing that. You're the one that wants to make all these decisions. You want to be single, but you still want to have me around. Who do you think you are?
Me.
You're not getting to do that.
And I didn't say I wanted to have you around.
You did say that.
I said, I want you to be around because I like you as a person. You my best friend. You my best friend. So I like you as a person. So even if I am single, I still want you in my life.
I'm not doing that. I'm literally not.
So how could you have best friends? How do you have best friends and you don't want to be in their life if they get in a relationship or if they go?
I was never in a relationship with any of my
You was my friend first though, right?
Yeah, then what do we do? Get in a relationship.
Exactly. So let's go back in time.
No, we can't. You can't do that. You can't be friends, get into a almost 4-year relationship, and then go back and just be friends. So you can't do that.
So what you want me to do? What do you expect me to do?
I expect you to make a decision now. You want to be single or do you not?
Yes.
Then leave.
But no.
What I noticed lately is that a lot of men rather stay single because they're tired of giving their everything and ending up with nothing. Do you guys agree with that?
Feminism is ruining women. They don't want families. They don't want... Listen to me. I will never be able to afford a house. I am about to lose my health insurance because I make too much money now. The 40-hour work week was structured around the assumption that you would have somebody at home doing your domesticated labor for free. Cooking, cleaning, childcare. Even despite currently living in an economy that requires a 2-income household just to be comfortable. The upper class all organize to prevent affordable housing from being built in the first place. The only war that there is a class war. You are not frustrated with feminism or women. You are frustrated with late-stage capitalism.
I mean, I guess you can say it's a war, but men are not participating in it. They're literally not. Why can't we find a man to help us out? Because I'm not participating in the war. Why can't we find men to approach us? Why do we have men going back and forth? We're not. We're just not talking to you guys. Not participating in it. It's not going to be a war. It's going to be a war from your side because you're trying to figure out why men don't approach, why men don't help you, why men are ignoring you, why men are avoiding you, even though you think that you're a 20 out of 10. Y'all are warring against yourselves. Y'all are fighting against yourselves. Men have already moved on.
I have, across platforms, probably over 800,000 followers that are all single men. That's why they follow me for dating advice. And I get thousands of messages every day from attractive guys that cannot get a date. And the messages are fucking sad. Girls are not aware of the crisis out there that men are facing in the dating world. I don't think you can speak on it because you don't know about it. You don't see them. You have no idea how sad it is. I cry about it when I read the messages.
Men saying, I've just decided altogether to avoid women, that it's better to be single, guys. They're almost like happy about the fact that they're gonna make the choice to avoid the entire gender of women because they have yet to actually resolve the war they have within themselves.
I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. A person who's comfortable being on their own is a powerful fucking person. If you disrespect them, they'll walk away. If you overstep their boundaries, they'll walk away. You see, a person who's comfortable being all on their own by themselves with no one else keeps their boundaries in place. They keep their standards high, and they won't ever negotiate on their values, ever. See, if you're comfortable being on your own, then you, my friend, become unfuckwithable.
Remove sex from a relationship and 90% of women have nothing to offer. Remove money and 90% of women will disappear. Honestly, he nailed it. Women today are useless. Ran through, materialistic, and draining your wallet. You'd be better off flying to Thailand and becoming a passport bro because Western women...
I have a regular man for you, and I want you to tell me if you would marry this man.
Okay.
5'8", about 35 to 50K per year. Would you marry that?
Hell no. Hell no. He's below the poverty line. What are you talking about?
The poverty line is actually far less regular. than that. Yes. And raise your hands if you would marry him. Yes or no?
I don't even know any men in that
Okay, hold on.
position.
So no one at the table would marry this man, right? No one? Okay. Congratulations. You and 1,000 other girls plus we've interviewed said the same exact thing. So it goes back to what I said. You said, most girls are going to get a regular man. No. Most girls want extraordinary men.
63% of men in the United States are single. And no, it's not because they're players, they're picky, or emotionally unavailable. It's because the dating pool isn't filled with women who are ready to build. It's filled with women chasing something else. Validation, independence, status, and personal freedom. All at the cost of actual connection. Let's be honest, being a good man doesn't get you very far anymore. Not when you're up against a culture that's told women they don't need you, shouldn't trust you, and definitely shouldn't center their life around building something with you. Feminism, at least the version of it we see today, has told women that a good man is optional, but self-fulfillment, that's sacred, that his needs are secondary, and that compromise is oppression. And if you're a man that's looking for a good woman, one who still values partnership, respect, and building something real, you're not crazy. You're just living in a culture that makes you feel like you are. But here's what they don't tell you. Those women do still exist. They're just not where you're looking. They're not loud, and they're not trending. And contrary to all of those women, they're not trying to prove something to the world, but they are watching, waiting, looking for a man who leads, listens, and lives a life.
The fact that we're sitting out here talking about compromise being oppression, only Western women can take something that is a major building block of a relationship and turn it into a negative, like something that's the worst thing in the world. Like really hyping it up to be something that a woman shouldn't have to do, shouldn't have to compromise, shouldn't have to let down on her standards, should be able to talk, do, act any kind of way. And a man should accept all of that. God forbid a man say, hey, can we come to some sort of resolution? Why are you wearing that to the gym? Why you said you was going out to a girls' night. I really don't agree with that, but why do you got to wear that? Wow, what's wrong with it? You're attracting attention. You're attracting attention, man. You don't have no respect for me? Or what's going on? Oh, well, you need to learn to be secure in yourself and stop being so insecure. You need to learn and understand that you got a baddie and this is just how baddies dress. No, this is how undisciplined people dress. That's how undisciplined people carry themselves. The man sitting up here trying to have a conversation. He's trying to effectively communicate with you. He's trying to be emotionally vulnerable. Hey, man, this makes me feel uncomfortable. Why would you wear that? But they don't care. They don't care about what a man got going on. So compromise, service, catering are things that never enter into their reality.
What would you want his income to be? I feel like this is going to sound bad. I feel like 300,000.
I would have to say 127. Probably 150 to $250,000 a year.
$500,000? Is that bad?
150, maybe to 250,000 a year would be comfortable for sure.
I was just having this conversation with my friend, and she was like, you have to manifest a husband, girl. Ideally, my husband needs to be making like $650,000.
So you said you want $500K, but what do you think the median income is for a 30-year-old?
$60K? $70K?
It is $45,000.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I think it's $250,000.
It's $52,000.
What? No, it's not. Damn, America.
Yeah, this is one of the clips I was talking about earlier. Modern women think for some reason that money grows on trees. They're not going to have to do anything for it. A man is just supposed to give it to them.
There are way more single men under 30 than women. A Pew study revealed that 63% of men under 30 are single, while only 34% of women are single as well, which is a 12% increase for men from 2019, and only a 2% increase for women. There are also 5 million more women in the United States than men, and globally women are younger than their male partners, which could be a reason for the disparity. So why are more men single now? One psychologist says it's due to social media and watching naughty videos, and that men are getting their needs met without going out. And on the other side, women don't need to be in long-term relationships. They don't need to be married. They'd rather go out to brunch with friends than on a horrible date. But what about something in the middle? One psychologist says that we're in a crisis of connection and disconnecting from ourselves and each other, which sounds kind of familiar when you add up all the other societal decay caused by social media. But if we don't have social media, where else are we going to argue about toxic masculinity and feminism?
63% of men under the age of 30 are choosing to be single. The reality is they live in a culture where they kind of get what they want without having to be married. So they're like, why should I make that level of commitment? Everybody still desires to find someone special. They still want to have intimacy. They still want to feel loved and have a person who loves them unconditionally. So we can't look at this and say something's not working. If you do what most people do, you'll get what most people get.
63% of men under 30 are single, and more than half of them aren't even trying to date. Why do you think that is? What do you think the root cause of that is?
And I feel like a lot of younger men that are single, that aren't even trying, they don't want to dedicate the time. They want to build their business. They want to make it to the gym. They want to travel. They want to do it. And you know what? Finding a real relationship is work. It's not that they can't get dates. It's that they can't get the right ones.
There was a study called from the Pew Center Research conducted a study that said 63% of men under age 30 would rather stay home and watch porn than go on a date. Men say they are getting their needs met without having to go on a date. Would men rather stay single than be with a woman is the question.
That's what they're saying, pretty much.
63% of men.
I think they're cheap.
Yeah, they just ain't got no money.
They don't have money, which you should get your money up before you start dating. So it is cheaper to sit home and beat your meat than actually go out and find actual women to hang out with.
That's a sad reality.
I disagree.
Why? What do you think?
Is it less of a headache to have to deal with a woman or something?
There it goes. Like, it's a headache. Nah, I got to take you out. I got to hear what you had to tell your whole day.
That's why you take out people you actually like, and then you don't feel that.
Yeah, but then I got to get to know you first to like you, right?
Yeah.
So how do I get to know you?
Call on the phone.
You rather hand?
Hey, listen, I'm married.
You always gotta say. Okay, so if you wasn't married,
I'd probably beat him. I mean, 100 miles an hour.
I've come to the decision that I need a husband so I can sit next to fires with. So I'm not literally sitting next to an empty freaking chair at 40 by the fire by myself. at 10 at night on a Friday night. I'm going to start taking applications for this chair.
I am a 30-year-old single mom, and I'm still looking for my soulmate. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I have been through hell and back with dating, and I'm so tired of using the dating apps. I'm so tired of doing the same thing and being let down and being disappointed. And so I've thought long and hard about this, and I really, really want to hire a matchmaker. Also because I literally live in the worst city for dating statistically.
Honestly, for a lot of these modern women, it doesn't matter whether they hire a matchmaker or not. They're not going to do what the matchmaker says. A matchmaker is going to give them a man that fits what they are looking for to a T. What they're actually needing. The matchmaker is saying, hey, here's a great guy, has all of the stuff that you need. What's the catch? His average height is 5'9". Oh, I just can't. I want to be attracted to the man. He's got to be at least 6'1". And you ruin all your chances. So I guess y'all got money to waste because that's what you're about to do.
All right, I'm going to get straight to this. I want a partner. I want to find a husband. I want to find a partner. I am ready. I've prayed on it, and I've done all the work, all the self-growth. I have invested in myself to become the best woman, the best version, the best partner, the best future wife. And the problem now is, where are those men? Right? Can't find them on social media. I mean, some women do. I have not. Dating apps are terrible. I go to church, but I don't meet no one at church. I work from home, so I don't step out a lot. Where are they? Are they in the U.S.? Are they in another country? What do we do? Us women that are ready. We're ready to commit. I've done the job. I'm just waiting up. And it sucks. And I know other girls feel this.
Okay, so how come, like, when you're single and dating and talking to someone, why is Elton John Christmas music playing? Anyway, why do they always ask, what are you looking for? Also, I spill iced coffee. Please don't mind that stain. I'm looking for a husband. I'm old. I'm 41. I'm obviously looking for a husband.
Hey, everyone. We're going to start a new series. It's called The Day in the Life of a Single 47-Year-Old Woman in San Diego that's going to be on a mission to not be single. Yeah. So the ultimate goal for me, honestly, is I want to get married again. So we need to find a husband. I just don't know where to do that. So that's why you're here. So if you guys have any ideas where I should start, I don't know if it's the dating apps, I don't know if it's going out to certain places, locations, I don't know. Do I walk around Home Depot all day? Do I go to Lowe's? Where do I go? Where do I find my future husband? If you have any ideas, comments, suggestions, anything of that sort, can you just drop them in that drop box right there? Leave them in that comment. Don't DM me, please, about applications because I don't have any ready. This is just me thinking about dating. This is just thinking. It's not happening yet. So it's just a thought. Just trying to figure out where to start. Where do we start? So if you have any ideas of where I should start, drop them in the comment box. All right. Thanks.
If you are a single woman living in Toronto, you need to come to a landscape show because the men here are thirsty AF, okay? So if you're a single woman in the GTA and you haven't gone to a landscape show, you need to. Just go. You'll find a husband instantly because they're thirsty, all of them. Staring. But you said if you want, like, fuck the finance bros, guys. This is where the money's at. Landscape show.
I'm 42 years old. I'm a single mother. And a lot of people write to me on here or in the comments or even in the wild, and they will say that women, especially of my age, are still single because we have unreasonably high standards. And I don't think it's unreasonable, but I do think and know that our standards are quite high because we've been through enough to know what we want and what we don't want. However, speaking for myself and probably a lot of other people out there, maybe men and women. I'm done trying. I don't want to try anymore. It hasn't worked out for me in the past. And whenever I have tried to salvage a relationship, I have shapeshifted to try to meet some sort of standard or be good enough. Not only for that person, but like for their family too. And, you know, especially my last relationship, I kept trying to be a different person all the time. Just, you know, every time I felt something was off or I would feel scrutinized or whatever, I would try to change that part of me to meet who they wanted me to be. And it never worked because it wasn't authentic, I think, and it didn't come natural, but who I was didn't fit either. And one day I just woke up and I was like, if I can't just be me, then maybe we're just people that don't belong together.
This video right here is for the women who are praying for or looking for godly men. If that is not you, you can keep on moving. You're not ready for a godly man. And I say this with lots of love. I say it out of love. You are not ready for a godly man. You know how I know this? Because of how you act, because of how you think, because of how you talk. If you're someone who is trying to still fight and argue and do the whole unstable emotionally and mentally thing, you're not ready for a godly man, because let me tell you what, he is going to shut that down so quick. But let me just tell you this right here. In order for you to be ready for a godly man, you need to tighten up. You need to tighten up. Okay, because this man is not going to come at you wanting to fight. This man is going to come at you wanting to solve. This man is not going to come at you wanting from you. He's going to come at you giving. Okay, he's not going to expect. He is going to provide. It's a crazy concept. It's crazy, but you need to be mentally prepared and emotionally prepared to be with a man like that. Because when you and I are unstable, trying to get in a relationship with a man like that, we're going to mess it up. We're going to mess it up in the worst kind of ways. I know this because it was almost me. However, I have prayed over this man for years. I have wanted to be with a godly man for years, and he didn't look like what I thought he was going to look like. And I don't mean physically. I just meant the picture, the idea of this man didn't look the way that I thought it was going to look. So at first I was skeptical. I was hesitant. I was hurt, jaded, wounded. And she was trying to push that on this man. This man did not allow that to happen. So let me just tell you this before you mess this up, because you are wanting this godly man so bad. Fix yourself first. Focus on yourself. When you focus on yourself and you are working on you, then God opens doors. Then God presents the opportunities. Stop looking for it. You're so focused on wanting this thing so badly that you are neglecting the things that you need to work on in yourself. So work on yourself first. Put God first. Let everything else be. Let everything else be. Okay?